Hi everyone, Jade here from Nested Knowledge. Today I'm going to talk about how to conduct a literature search in your Nest. So the first thing you're going to want to do is navigate to the literature search page here and select Add Search in the top left. Using this Add Search button is most helpful when you have a query ready to go. So if you have a built query, great, pop that in here, run that on a search engine that we have an API with. These 5 are listed just here, meaning you can run it on a schedule of your choosing. So daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, have that run in the background, bringing in new relevant literature without you having to think about it. Alternatively, for databases that we don't yet have an API with, so the sorts are Embase, Ovid, Medline, Cochrane, that sort of thing, you'll have to navigate to their websites, download the RIS file, upload it here. Additionally, if you have a spreadsheet of studies, all you'll need is the title and DOI in those spreadsheets, and you can upload that here as well. If you need a little bit more help in creating a search and creating a query, I would, instead of the Add Search page, navigate to one of these 2 sources, Search Exploration or Smart Search. I'd say to start off with, navigate to Search Exploration, as here you can add in different concepts and sort of refresh and explore what is in the literature, what is frequently reported in the literature, to help hone in on specific concepts. So here I was looking at different treatments for non-small cell lung cancer. So what I would do is type in these concepts at the top, and these can be simple as we'll refine them over time. And so I'll type in non-small cell lung cancer, press enter on my keyboard, add that into my concepts here. I also know that it's typically NLC or C as an initialism. Pop that in here. Maybe I want to open up this concept box. You can see I've already popped in like terms and grouped them together. To do that, I would click and drag this group box here and add in these different pills in here. And you'll notice this query on the right hand side will update when you're combining like terms. It alls them together. If they're separate, it ands them together. And the results based on a PubMed search will be shown here as well. But after you've added in some concepts, you'll hit Refresh Exploration, and the first thing you'll see is some terms categorized as under population, intervention, and outcomes. And these are the most frequently reported at the top and less so as you go down. What you can do is click on these different terms, view a definition. Let's say if you wanted to add progression-free survival, you do that, click enter, maybe add that into your group, but I've already got progression-free survival in there, so maybe I want to add, let's say, response rate. Press enter, open up this box, add it into my outcomes group, and that updates to about, okay, still actually quite a lot more, 38,000 results. And so you would refine that as applicable. And that can be helpful by looking at different abstracts. You've got this automatic Pico highlighting. You can look at these different abstracts, maybe link out if you wish as well. Some people like to look at the different study types. So we can see right off the bat, mostly randomized controlled trials. And again, view those associated records. Maybe you want to take a look at specific locations. Canada is just 6 studies. You can take a look at those abstracts and you can explore all these different parts. Acronyms can be helpful as well as you're going through and building your search. And when you're ready to finalize your search, select finalize in the top right. You'll be taken to the main literature search page. To make any edits, select your search engine because you're doing an automatic search in this case, and a schedule. In this case, it's over 10,000 results, so we'll have to refine it a bit. Usually it helps by doing a date filter, and that's one way of adding in a search. The other way is via Smart Search. Here, all you have to do is pop in your research question, maybe refine it, and then select Generate. The reason I say to sort of do the Smart Search second is that you might have a bit of a clearer idea of what your research question is here in order to put it in. Search Exploration can be helpful if you're just really starting out. So here I've just added in this research question, and I'd always recommend to refine. This takes you to a little chatbot that will determine whether your question needs refining. ask you some questions, you can answer them, and it will update the research question accordingly. Then you hit save, hit generate, and then it will generate 3 different sized queries. And you can decide, depending on how much literature you want, which you'd like to finalize. So let's say we want this top one. Again, it takes us back to that familiar modal. We can make any edits, select the search engine, and view the updating results. When you hit add, that's going to bring all of that literature into this nest, deduplicate within searches and between searches. If you'd like to review those duplicates, you can. And this is automatic, so you don't have to take a look at this, but some people like to do so for peace of mind. Keep one record, have them both as separate, whatever you wish. And you can also download this queue as well. Other ways to add in literature is via individual sources. So whether you have the PubMed ID or the DOI, maybe it's a manual add, or if you have the PDF, you can upload that as a new record. So there are lots of different ways of adding in your search. We talked about an automatic search, a file import, starting from scratch with search exploration or smart search, and all of that is going to pop your literature into the screening queue ready to be reviewed. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.